Let's have a look at the sheen area. Sheen resembles a reflection, however without ambient reflection. It spreads a color on the surface. The goal is to create a shimmering or shiny layer on the geometry. The sheen effect is particularly suitable for simulating fabrics. Here we have only 4 parameters. They are quite easy to understand. If I increase the weight parameter, you can see the color distribution on the 3D model. You can also notice a slight white layer. I changed the color to red for better visibility. It doesn't reflect the environment but shows the color on the geometry. Perfect for displaying fabrics. In this 3D model we have several models to choose from. Under fabric I show another example. You can see a fabric around the sphere and a cloth lying on the floor. Currently our material has a strong mirror effect. This would be ideal for paint materials. I will eliminate the reflection in this material. For this I will reduce weight to 0. Let's have a look at the result. As with the reflection, sheen also depends on the camera angle. The flatter the viewing angle, the more pronounced the effect. Let's look at another camera perspective. I choose the standard camera. I create a copy of this camera. Activate and remove the protection tag. Now focus on the sphere. Now adjust the camera to a flat angle of view. This way I can look at the cloth better. You can see that the reflection effect is colored more intensely, similar to a normal reflection. This is because I'm looking at the surface from a flatter angle. Now how we do apply this to real materials? Suppose we want to convert this base material into a cloth material. Then I would set the main color of the fabric first. Let's assume it should be an intense red fabric. I choose a solid color and apply it directly. Then I copy this color directly here. Then adjust the brightness to lighten it up a bit. I center them about halfway. Now we can see exactly what's happening in the rendering. Reflective areas are rendered in white. I'm going to exaggerate this a bit now. I'm moving further to the left. Under roughness I can adjust how the color is distributed on the surface. If I reduce this value, the effect disappears. If I increase the value, the surface starts to shimmer. I now drag the value all the way to the right. The color then spreads evenly over the entire surface. This way I can imitate materials like velvet or silk, for example. For silk I wouldn't increase the roughness as much, because silk has a shinier effect for which I would use lower values. This is the basic concept of how we work with sheen. Finally we have the samples below. This actually speaks it for itself. The sheen effect can also cause noise in rendering. If I increase the samples, I can optimize the material with respect to the samples. However, as I mentioned earlier, this can lead to longer render times.